And today I will be discussing the double standards of politicians, and also want to share with you about my upcoming live video that will be coming this Sunday. Uh, I think you will find it to be very interesting to you, especially if you are male. And we are looking to do great things starting now. So I want to discuss a little bit about the double standards that has been taking place in politics. First, I want to start off with the drunk driving that happened with Delegate Chris Hurst out of Christiansburg in Virginia, where he was able to get off on drunk driving because when he got stopped for drunk driving, it was during a the state legislature was in session at that time. However, this was at nighttime, and the legislature wasn't really in session. They were adjourned for the day, but the session in of itself, it lasts for about 60 days. Hold on, I'm going to cut the light on real fast. So, anyway, sorry about that. So, basically, what happened was he gets stopped. He goes through the sobriety test, goes through the breathalyzer test. He fails the sobriety, fails the breathalyzer test, and yet the police officer lets him off. He gets to go home. He doesn't go to jail. He doesn't get taken to the car. Doesn't get arrested or anything like that because quote unquote immunity, and therefore nothing happens to them. But yet, if you are a citizen that's not a delegate and that's not in session, guess what? You get pulled over that exact same night by that exact same cop. You will, and you failed the sobriety test. You failed the breathalyzer test. You get to go to jail, lose your license, pay a hefty fine. But yet, this delegate and other politicians that do these things, they will not get they do not get in trouble for it. And so there's a double standard of law that takes place. And how can you expect law to be followed or law to be justified or protected, served, whatever, how you want to say it, implemented, if you fail to implement it for all, and that includes the delegates, the senators, the representatives, everybody. No one is above the law. But yet, because being in session, Delegate Chris Hurst was indeed above the law. Basically, if he murdered somebody, he can get off it because it's immunity. That's basically the idea. But I think there's a provision like as long as it's not a high crime, However, you put thousands of lives at risk when you're driving drunk, and then when you get stopped for it and you get let off, that is a complete slap in the face of the law. And so what happened was they introduced a bill in the Virginia legislature to take away that immunity, because that immunity was like a 200-300-year-old law, because they did not want people to get arrested on the way down while they were making legislation, because sometimes the sheriff or somebody would arrest them so that they could not go and vote for certain issues. Well, that's really no longer the case, and that law should be taken away. I agree with some, like you really shouldn't stop somebody on the way, like if they're going to vote. That's obvious. But when this particular issue happened at nighttime, there was no session taking place at all. So yeah, if you tell me how to do that, I would definitely try to get that going, the call feature for sure. So I just find it very unfortunate that there's a double standard, and it's not fair. You know, it's like what we talked about with the mental health. You know, they want to take the rights of people to own firearms, the gun confiscation. That's basically what a red flag law is, right? But yet, you know, they would be basically immune to it, right? Because they are delegates, and you know, no police officer is going to go and arrest a delegate or a senator or whatever just because, you know, he's serving in public office. There's going to be a little bit of favoritism in that, but even those with mental health issues have rights, and their rights cannot, under any circumstance, be violated by by laws that would take away the due process, that takes away a person's right to have their property protected. You know, there are like, you know, when I'm talking about these red flag laws before. You know, even those who have mental health issues have rights, and they should be protected by them. And there are other ways for to attack people with mental health issues. And there's lots of different ways to go about that. No, there's no perfect way, of course, because no one will ever follow the what you're trying to do to the exact T, because everybody is different and unique in their own special way. So therefore, you cannot violate their protective rights. You know, their right for due process, etc. So anyway, then they have another bill where it would take away the parents' right to vaccinate. This is HB 1190, or I think it's like 11 or 1090. I think that's what it is, and it's in the Senate at the moment, and it would basically allow the government to vaccinate your children anytime they want to without your knowledge. It doesn't matter. Um, it doesn't matter. The state will have full control over your children, and therefore, if they want to give your child some poisonous vaccine, guess what? They'll do that. And when I say poisonous vaccine, I'm talking about something that's brand new and it's not really tested, and they say, oh yeah, we just give it to them because, you know, we feel that this is the right thing to do. So, you know, the decision to vaccinate should always be left in the hands of the parents, and between the parents and the doctor, and that's what it should be. And taking this right between the doctor and the parent, you know, it's pure communism and socialism in my book, and it should be fought against at all costs. I also believe that the Commonwealth, that it cannot be sued. I do believe that is, in my opinion, not right. You know, if imagine if the people who were suffered through the eugenics era, when Virginia was trying to sterilize people, especially people with mental health, from having babies, and yet the state could not be sued because they are the state. They can do whatever they want. You know, it's like having the Dillon rule, when you are the state has full control over all the counties. Well, you know, if there's something unconstitutional that's taking place, the locality should have a right to go against the state in that area because it's unconstitutional. And so it's just really, it's really not good to have what's going on. You know, there are times where the state is wrong, and when it comes back to Dedeker Hurst and the double standards, that's what happens. It's like when you look at Bernie Sanders, right, talking about socialism, and he said, "Yeah, everybody, we need socialism, we need communism, whatever." And yeah, he has 3 houses. He's a multimillionaire, and he has 3 houses. So if he's really for the people, then why is he not giving up his own money, right? All these Democrats that are trying to proclaim that they are so for the poor people, yet they are one of the wealthiest people in the world. They're very, very wealthy, and they have so much going for them. And they think, oh yeah, we're for the people, but yet it's double standards. It's complete double standards. They want is full control over who you are and what you do and how you do it. It's exactly the same thing with HB 1090 that wants to take away the parents' right to choose when and how their kids should be vaccinated. And it's completely wrong. It should not be done whatsoever. But we'll leave it up to God's hands, and Lord willing, that bill would die a pretty big death in the Senate, as well as the other gun bills that are there, the ones that would take away your constitutional rights. Lord willing, they'll all be destroyed as well. And there's another really bad one. Is the national popular vote that would award the electoral college to the person who won the popular vote, which is completely wrong because it takes away the rights. It takes away the voice of the small states like Rhode Island, Connecticut, Virginia, and it allows states like California, Texas, Florida, New York to pretty much dictate to the rest of the country who they want and why they want them, instead of allowing the states to use the popular vote within that state to have an electoral college to go and say, okay, this candidate won, so we vote for this person, and allow the process to play out in that way, which has been like that for 250 plus years. So why make it different? Because they want control, pure control, and destruction of our lives as a whole. Okay, so the next thing, Sunday. So I've been really thinking about it and how to promote the men of integrity, and since I've been trying to build the foundation of that a little bit, because it's something that I took part in when I was in the Philippines. I really enjoyed it, and it really taught me a lot about manhood and integrity and doing the right thing. So I want this coming Sunday, I want to be able to have a live video that will begin discussions on biblical manhood and ways that we as men we can improve our lives and marriages, all that good stuff. Completely biblical, and definitely use some of the material from the Men of Integrity that was based in the Philippines, and we'll also have our own studies, and that would be every Sunday. I don't know what time yet. Maybe it'll be in the evening around 6 p.m. or so, 7 p.m. Just get things going, and hopefully it will be a good discussion. And as the live feed continues to grow, perhaps it will continue to grow exponentially. So which would be a very, very good thing. So, and right now what I'm using is Streamlabs. I'm using Streamlabs, and it allows me to broadcast to YouTube, to Periscope, and Twitter, and also to Facebook. And it's a tool that I really, really enjoy. It's free for me. You get that little Streamlabs logo on the top left. At least for me, it's top left. It could be a different location from you, but these are something that I really believe that it will be beneficial, and perhaps as time goes on, we can have guests that will be able to come on that will be willing to talk about biblical manhood, and so that we can begin to take our country back in ways that will truly make an impact and difference in our lives, not only in our personal lives, but in the lives of others as well. So that would be Sunday. I would just do the live feed, and you'll see it on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope, or Twitter, and it will all be there. So I'm really looking forward to that, because it's something I've been really thinking about, trying to figure out a way to get this idea into the market per se, and because it's completely non-profit. I don't get any kickbacks from it or anything like that. So I do it because I really like it, and I really enjoy it, and I really believe in that cause. Just as I believe in my business cause, and how I promote my business, and how I'm working in that to help people with their health. And I really believe that the business that I'm a part of helps heal people, helps to bring good health to people, and I really believe that people who really take part in my business opportunity, they would really become strong people in with their health, immune system, etc. But also, none of that is ever possible unless you have the relationship with Christ, and that you put everything into perspective. You put God first in everything that you do, and everything that we are. You live and breathe God's goodness in you, and that's what I want to do on Sunday. I really want to be able to bring a little bit of that through the Men of Integrity, and help guys to be better men and women, wives, whatever. You can gain a lot of out of these topics that we'll be talking about, and I really believe that you will really enjoy it, because it's important. It's really important to know, so that we can really gain an understanding of each other, and make our lives much better. And I think that after going through Men of Integrity myself, I'm pretty sure if you asked my wife, you could really see the effects of our marriage and our relationship with each other. So, and this is because I've really learned about Men of Integrity, and how to treat other women, and how to treat myself, and how to believe in myself, and how to be the biblical man and father and husband that God is calling me to be. And I know for a fact that if you were to listen to that on Sunday, you would gain a great appreciation for that as well. So that would be Sunday, and I don't know what time yet. It's brand new, so I'm just trying to put everything together, figure out what to talk about, and I'm just going to do it once a week, every Sunday, because I feel like it's too much if it's every day. So maybe once a week, or once every couple weeks, but it'd probably be once a week for a while, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. So I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful day, and we will talk to you later on. Take care. Bye bye. It's been